I believe, like with all the finances of the money of we have problems today of why we are, I don't blame the government because we all get money each week. Like I even said to John on my last interviews, I'm not broke because we get child tax credit, yeah? So it's not like I say, oh, I live on £110 a week, because we all know that's not true. Because I get child tax credit, and that it all depends on how many children you got to how much rate that is, yeah? So you can live on that money, you just can't have the luxuries of life of what you had before. Yeah, and that's what some people need to realise, because I've seen the benefit shows and Hardship Street, and I look at that, and then I will show you my cupboard, yeah, and if you was to spend a week with us, you'd be fed for that week. You wouldn't go in my cupboard and see one tin of beans into your next money, yeah, where you're saying, oh, well, these people have to have food bank, because it's not like that at all. And I sometimes think that, things are made up to look worse than what they actually are, because... And also with the food bank as well, it's a public funded thing. People, normal people are buying food to help those that are struggling. And I think that's why the government kind of are iffy about it, because it's not them that's doing it, so they're not getting the thanks for it. And I think that's why when they put it down a bit and stuff like that, or they're saying the wrong people's getting it. Who decides who can get the food bank? Should it be the social? Should it be your GP? Yeah, I mean, I'm a fortunate one. It was my school. My GP wouldn't have thought, or I would have even thought to go to the social to say, well, I know you give me £110, which should be 140, but I've got to pay for some loan each week. Can I have a food voucher, please? Because they're going to be saying to me, what am I doing with my £110, which is for every 2 weeks. But when you think of £110, that's what, £60 a week. Electric, 24 quid to live here, that you contribute towards the rent, because it's not rent, I have to contribute to rent, I have to contribute to council tax. So when you think of this £110 and this other money you get and you pay your rent, and I pay my debts, what are you left with? You are left with your basic means to live on. Yes, I'm a smoker, yeah? It's not something that I say, oh, well, I must run out and buy my cigarettes first. I make sure my bills are paid, my kids have got their food, they've got their shoes on their feet, then I can have my luxury of smoking. I don't wear makeup, don't get my nails done, don't get my hair done, yeah? So, it's not something like I'm wasting my money, and they can say, oh, well, look at her, Well, no, I'm just generally living on your everyday's money. But like I said, I don't plan to stay like this. And I think it's unfortunate with a lot of people out there, they get used to it. They get used to sitting on this benefit and don't choose to move.
How easy is it to sit on the benefit? How easy is it to get off the benefit system? I mean...
Well, I think with me, because I've worked and I don't like this money, it pushes me to move on. Whereas someone where you're used to it and you've been doing it for years, it becomes a lazy thing.
Where's it going wrong?
I believe there's not much motivation for the people out there. There's not. They don't give you they're quite. When you go there and sign on, I don't think they're the best of people. The people at the job centre are. I don't think they openly give you advice. You have to ask them. I mean, to get into Brixton Job Centre, you have to walk about past 20 security guards just to get into the job centre, which I think is stupid. Especially if you've got an appointment. I was even told to stand outside for 10 minutes because I was 20 minutes early on my appointment. Now, wouldn't you rather someone early than send them away to go home and not show up? And then you're sanctionising, stopping their benefit, What is that all in aid of? Because they haven't found a job this week. But if
you're saying you're not finding the job centre particularly welcoming.
Well, no, I don't. I wouldn't say I don't find it very welcoming at all. To get, especially the one in where we live, yeah, the Brixton one. I think it's a nightmare to get in there. I shouldn't have to explain myself to a security guard, my business, to why I'm coming into the job centre. I don't think anybody should have to explain their business to a security guard. They don't work for the government, and it's like the people as well that's in the job centre. It's not your money. It's the government's money, yeah? So I find it sometimes a bit atrocious that these people make a decision of how you should live.
How do you think it should work?
Well, I'm not saying that, some people are lazy, yeah, and will not get a job.
Do you think they're lazy because they're getting hand-fed in a way?
Well, yeah, but I do believe it's like, if you're used to something and it's being handed to you in the plate and you believe you can live that way, then you're going to take it, yeah? But if you're like someone like me, I don't want to live that way, because I don't feel that money, to me, can give my children what they want. It's like before we could go on holiday. Now we don't go on holiday. So they've lost a lot out, rather than I've lost a lot out,
Do you think when you work the sums out about how much you can receive on benefits, and if you worked the reduction in the benefits and the money you'd make wouldn't work out, so you'd be better off on benefits rather than working for a living. And do you find that confusing? Do you find that?
I would find that confusing based on the fact that I worked for Comment for 16 hours a week. There weren't major, but I've got working tax credit. So what I earn for 16 hours a week, somebody earned for doing 39 hours a week. So I found I kind of like had my cake and ate it. So I could spend time with my children, only work 16 hours, be classed as a statistic of employment, yeah, get the working tax credit, and get a 39-hour paid wage each month. So to me, that benefited. I was doing a bit, so you know you get left alone basically because they do leave you alone. Whereas someone else, I'd say, works 39 hours, especially the younger people, you know, and they're like, well, Joe, you're earning more money than us and you're working 16 hours. Yeah. Well, luckily for me, yes, I had 3 children, all right, but I'm not saying to the world, go and have loads of kids, yeah, to get to help with the benefit thing of working tax credits. Do you mind? Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, and there is, some people are not aware of this as well, there is single person's tax credit. Where age of 30 you have to be, and if you earn a certain amount of money, I think it's under the 12,000, between 12 and 40,000, you get money bumps towards your, you know, your taxes, like I would with the kids with the family tax credit. So, you know, there is help out there, but then there's not so much help, I'd say, for the younger generation that are getting hit big time for the taxes, you know, first time working and stuff like that. Yeah. But the cost of living, yeah, you've got your electric, your gas, your telephone, internet you need these days, especially with the kids for schooling. It's, before you'd be like, oh, send them to the library. Oh no, you've got to have the internet now. You've got to have a printer, you know. It's like, for my daughter's school, I'm supplying half her stuff, even for cooking. I've got to buy it for her. You know, and you know, I have to ask my mum sometimes if it falls on a week that we don't have the money. So I have to ask, well, could you get Jamie's things for school, you know, so she can do her cooking lesson. Shouldn't have to ask my mum for things like that. You know, it should be, I mean, £143 every 2 weeks, I think is ridiculous. 70 quid, you're saying, is a week. By the time you do certain things like your electric, your gas, you're out. You know, I mean, it's £24 a week to live here of contribution from the housing bank you have to pay. And then there's council tax. So...
How do you think it should be worked out? How do you think it should work?
What, the benefit? I think it should, I mean, obviously I wouldn't say I want it high where no one wants to work, you know, and we all think, oh, sod it, let's all sit basically on our backside. I'd say make it meaningful, make it so you can, or, you know, if they offered you, say, like in the summertime, some vouchers to take your kids out, you know, and stuff like that. It's like, it's unfortunate, it's like my kids, they have free school dinners, but they don't like them. So, alternatively, I want to make sure they eat, I give them her lunch.
Do you think the benefit system's worked out? I think it's struggling in a time of high living costs. I mean,
it's not balancing out, is it? It's not balancing out.
I don't know how it can be, because usually assessments are worked out a year previously to where you are now. So it's not actually real-time assessments.
But we've been capped, haven't we?
Yeah.
If you look at the moment, we're in between income support and JSA still, and was it universal tax credits? Is that what it's called now? Yeah. I got a letter at the beginning saying, oh, mine's going to change. And then when I phoned them up, I thought, oh my gosh, am I going to live with a new change? I might even be better off with these universal tax credits, yeah? Because, you know, they cap you at a certain amount where you pay your rent and everything else. We could be actually better than the 140, but mine don't change till about 2017, let's say. That's if it stays in and it works, you know, because I thought when I first heard that, I was like, oh my God, every borough is going to have the biggest rent arrears going. Then what's going to happen? We were going to go to pot then, because another failure of the system, you know, because you've given the people the money whereas before it was paid. Me personally, I'd rather my housing benefit go straight to you. Yeah. Then there is no little oh the kids need a pair of shoes. All right, just a little dip. Then that little dip becomes a big dip. Yeah. Then all of a sudden you owe £3,000. You've got rent arrears. You've got possession for your property. You know, it's a small, quick world to fall into. And 1 minute, like I said, you can have everything. The next minute you can't. You lose your home. All because I bought my kids some trainers because they needed them trainers. It's like with Lambeth when I bought my daughter's uniform. Lambeth said to me, "What is the reason I never paid my rent?" Well, the only reason I had to tell you what it was to buy my daughter's school uniform, which was 250 quid practically. because you have to buy it from the school. Where's the help that years ago used to get like a uniform voucher? Yeah, well, what happened to those for people that have income support? All right, the school gave you where you could pay weekly, but still £250 for a school uniform that they have to wear. Shouldn't schools supply it? Maybe I believe, because now in another year's time it's going to be another £250 to replace their uniform, and then my next boy's going to be in secondary school. So what am I supposed to do, kind of thing, But even if someone was working, £250 is a lot of money for a school uniform. Especially when they want certain grades, and the school bag has to be from the, so they can't, I couldn't get her a basic bag or something like that.
There's no help at all.
There's no help with school uniform. Well, apparently there is, because I spoke to a lone person, parent of the job centre, Herbert, or Herman, his name was. There is charities, but they're not promoted. Yeah? Like, you think there's charities, but they must be for the poor, down and out, people that don't get nothing. But apparently they're not. They're for people like me. It's just finding out who they are, And apparently there is charities that will help you with school uniform, or even help you apparently if your washing machine breaks down. There is charities out there, but because they're not promoted, or they're not promoted to me or you, we wouldn't know that we can claim them. But apparently they're out there. So I am going to look into it, because I do, like, when people come to me and ask me for advice and stuff on I get loads of people ask me about benefits. I try to advise them as much as I can, and I've even said to them, like, did you know there's charities out there, that we buy a school uniform? No, nobody knows. So, and I think these charities are there. Promote yourself. Offer your help. Like the food bank. I'm going to be funny. The food bank was quiet, weren't it, at one stage? You thought it was, was it for the down and outs or the homeless? People ain't got nowhere to go. And then all of a sudden you realise that you're going there and you're like, hold on, well, it's not. It's for everyday people. You could be a worker, but on a low income. By the time you've paid your bills, you're left with nothing, You don't have to be on benefit to get it. And I believe, I'm not being funny, some people that are on benefits are lazy bums as well. And could get a job, but choose not to get a job. And I think
maybe they're scared. Maybe they, when you work out the
it could be lazy and stuff like that. It could be a frightening, daunting thing. But sometimes I know some people that it's just literally they can't be bothered. And it's sad to say, because I've said to loads of people over time, get a job. It's like him and there, my friend. He used to always work, Then all of a sudden something hit him. Just went into a downer. Can't find work. So it happens to the best of all of us,
Realistically, and as realistically as possible, where do you see you going? How do you see the next 2 years playing out with your children?
Well, I'm hoping, because I'm doing childcare now, I'm nearly finished level 1, level 2, level 3 take me another year. So within 2 years, I'm hoping to be back in work and back round the right way, basically, and actually bringing money back home. And I'm doing it now where I want to get a job in a school where I'm working around my kids. So I don't have to use up all the resources of the system for the childcare, because I'll be off in the holidays with my children, off at Christmas time. So there's, it benefits me and my children, so I get to spend time with them, and do that, because my kids are everything, I don't like to leave them to go work, but they understand, they want the good things, so, and that's what they want back. They're desperate for that back, because they hate the fact we say no. Even to McDonald's we say no, come on, a £2.49 Happy Meal, no, whereas before, come on, let's go in McDonald's, or let's go, it's something that they don't understand, and they don't understand. It's like, what do you mean you've got no money? Why have you got no money? Well, we've bought our food, we've paid our bills, so.
In just summarising on what we talked about, what does the food bank mean to you?
I'm actually really grateful that the food bank was there and the people, John and everything, because if it wasn't for them, like I said, we would struggle on a lot of things. They've helped me, like, with certain things that you get from there, like with the beans, tomatoes, pasta sauces, I don't have to buy it. And so I can put my money towards, like, getting the nappies and the baby food, because that's all money as well. So if it wasn't for them contributing, even your tea and your sugar and your milk, where would we be, kind of thing, And they're really friendly people, and they're there to help you. And if you want to talk to someone, they're not there to judge you, kind of thing. you know, when I first took my kids there, like I said, when I first went there, I went with a whole load of ID because I didn't know. No one told me. I was just handed the voucher. It was like, Joe, this is where you go. So I went like, you know, my story of why I deserved to come to the food bank, and it was nothing like that. I was like really scared. I was actually really scared, and when I got there, they made me feel so welcome. You know, made me a cup of tea. And I was going, we don't need none of that. We just need your voucher. You know, went through all the questionnaire and everything. But also, by doing the interview, I've actually seen like the inside of the food bank, of how they work it, you know, and weighing the food and how they work it out. So it's all an interesting thing. And I do plan, when I go back to work, to go and help them at the food bank, because I think it's something that I could give out and help as well. So I think that will...
Interesting you should say that. You're talking about some of the people you know who are claiming benefit and doing stuff. Do you think they could be, people should be working within the community to sort of better themselves and better the community in a sense? You know?
Oh yeah, I reckon if you've got nothing to do and you really want something to do and there's something out there within our own community to make it better, why shouldn't we? You know, why shouldn't we, like, I don't know, go downstairs, you see we've got all that green downstairs, you know, why couldn't someone go and plant some flowers there, like you say, or like upstairs, or do something where it's everybody, because like when we first moved here, nobody spoke to nobody. Yeah, it was only like after a few weeks we'd hold the door open, good morning, hello, that this block started to come together and start talking to people. Before that, nobody wanted to know, you shut your door, that's it, see you later. But I believe, yeah, why not? If there's something for you to do or gain experience where you could get work, because some people can't afford the courses as well, you know, and I think you do get a charge from benefits, but not as much as if you were working. But, you know, when you think like you're living on this money, and you've got to pay, say, £40 for the fee for college, and you're like, yeah, I want to pay the £40, I want to do the college. But I ain't got the 40 quid. Because if I give you the 40 quid, how am I supposed to live for the next 2 weeks, you know? So, but with Michael's, luckily, I've gone through Lambeth where they fund you, which there are courses out there. It's just, do people know it, do people want to do it? And sometimes, like you say, sometimes someone gets used to doing something, and it's hard to come out that circle. You know, it's like when I've never been made redundant, so it's the first time. So I was actually quite gobsmacked, upset even. You know, I felt like used, like all that years of work, and you're just spitting me out the door 6 months pregnant, like, see you later, you know. Is that fair on me? And then the government treats you like you've been unemployed for like years, and get off your ass and go and get a job. Hold on. I've been working, check my file, I've always been working. And for someone that's worked, I reckon if you've worked most of your life, your benefits should be slightly higher than a basic benefit. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you've put into the system. Because you know, like some people that they pay their NI and their taxes. Well, why shouldn't they get more back if they lose their job? Not saying, oh, I'll quit my job and I'll pay my taxes, I expect £200 a week from you. But, you know, if you've been made redundant and you've put into the system, why shouldn't you be given that little bit extra to live? Because, you know, they've got to understand, you had it all before, you've had it all taken away from you, and you've got yourself in debt now. And is that fair? You know, then I'm going to Citizens Advice to check out what I'm entitled to, or what they can do to me, or can they come and take all my stuff? And that, you know what I mean? You know, why should I live like waiting for that knock at the door that a bailiff is going to come here and take my things, or should I open a door in case of, you know, a bailiff? I've got myself into a situation where I don't have the bailiffs here, but it could have easily felt that way, where, oh no, I didn't get Santander, didn't get their payment, or Barclays didn't get their payment, you know what I mean? And then I've got bailiffs coming to my door. How do we live? I think that's wrong. You know, that they don't give people the chance. It's unfortunate things happen. Yeah, it's like when, you know, this country went into meltdown with our money. Yeah, shit happens. Yeah, you know, we get by basically, as they say, and we are pulling ourselves out of it. People are going back to work, but there should be more training for other people that don't have levels of school or GCSE or training, or, you know, and I don't think it should be this silly, the minimum wage. What is it, £6.81? Something like that, yeah, £6.81, and then they say your cost of living, £8.37, yeah, something like that, per day. So when you think about that, because I was going to my mum, no, there's no way I'd work for £6.31, not with all my experience. You'll be looking near the £10 mark, yeah, because I've been paid £11–12 an hour. So why do I want to start back at £6.31? You don't, do you, really? You know, well, what's £6.31 going to do? Well, it's going to make me live the same with benefit. So why should I get off my arse and do a job, kind of thing? So there's pros and cons of the system. I think the system's a little bit screwed sometimes, and I don't think it's fair to everybody. It's like I applied for a grant once, and basically I didn't fit this criteria, I didn't fit that criteria, I didn't think... all the criteria I didn't fit, so I didn't get it. Alright, sorry I weren't in foster care, sorry I weren't in a home, yeah? Sorry I haven't been in prison, yeah? What, do I need to have one of them things to get a grant? To buy carpet or things for my house? Is that fair? It's like, the reason what's hit me with the food bank as well is like, I had a loan in 2004 from the social, and they used to send me payment slips, and I used to pay it out my wages. Then the payment slip stopped, so I thought I paid it. So when I claimed this year, look how many years later, from 2004, they hit me with a bill. So then they start taking this money. They don't ask me how much they're going to take. This is what they believe they're going to take. So they take £15 something a week from me until I paid it. And I'm like, well, I thought I paid it because you stopped sending me these things. Oh no, well you didn't. This is how much you still owe. So now I'm paying that. So then not only have I like lost out of all my finances and credits, I'm paying some stupid thing that really I think they should have squashed. They probably would have squashed thousands of other people's, you know, and just let me have my £143. But no, we're down to 110. So that £30 could have been £30 worth of shopping. And another thing I find as well with benefits, because we've done this in college, you can't live on fresh fruit and veg, meat, vegetables and potatoes and all that all week. Because we tried it, I tried it, and we got as far as Wednesday. We lasted 3 days, and I was out of money. Because I've got 4 kids, and if you're thinking like, I don't know, we bought pork chops, potatoes, peas, all fresh, we lasted 3 days, really, of our budget of food, and it was end off. I mean, thankfully we got Iceland, which is good, yeah, because you have your basic foods in there, and you know, your general knickknacks, which you know, your kids ain't going to starve. They're going to eat something, because they could have chicken nuggets and chips. It's not going to kill them. With a tin of beans, one of your 5 a day kind of thing, you know. So it's all depends on how people want to bring up their families.
How did you find eating fresh fruit and veg expensive? How was that? How did it work like that?
Because when you think about the price of potatoes, you know, for a family of 5 of us, because you want all of us, you're talking probably about two bags of potatoes, and sometimes they don't do like certain sizes, so you're talking 2-3 quid. There's 6 quid. Then there's your vegetables, and then there's your meat. I mean, for an average sized chicken to feed our family these days, you're looking between £8 to £10 because of the size of the chicken. Yeah? So that's say £20. So when you think of £20 for one day, yeah, and then £20, that's £60. Can you afford? Really? And have you seen like? I'm not being funny, but we're used to like Sunday dinners. We always have a Sunday dinner, regardless, no matter what. I make sure my kids have a proper Sunday dinner. But if you go and look at a leg of lamb at the moment, 25 to 30 quid, because we have to buy a certain size for our family. Yeah. When they go on offer, you know, like Easter time and Christmas time, and they come right down in price, then my kids know they can have some lamb or beef. But as it stands in at £25, who am I to substitute £25 on a leg of lamb for 1 meal? Now, if we was working, it wouldn't faze you, would it really? You'd buy this leg of lamb because that's what you choose to eat. But when you're on a benefit, and you think £25, yeah, but £25 could buy like a week's shopping, or £25 for this 1 meal. That's gonna be really nice. What do? You have to buy the £25 worth of shopping, don't you? So,
what do you think about people like Jamie Oliver, who is basing a lot of stuff on the fact that, you know, we should all eat healthier and there's no excuse for it?
If Jamie Oliver wants to contribute to my family shopping list, then I'll gladly do it. It's not. I don't say.
Do you think he's being realistic?
No, I don't think it's been realistic, because, like I said, the price of it. Yeah, if it's something where, I don't know, they were handing out certain vegetables and stuff like that, you know, certain food banks do, don't they, where they have fresh foods and meats and stuff like that. But it all depends on your area and stuff like that, the type of food bank, of how they can store your food. You know? So, but then doing that, so would it make people then be more reliant on the food bank and not thinking about other things, you know, of getting other foods? Jamie Oliver, I think he does well in trying to promote the healthy eating and stuff like that. But my kids ain't obese. My kids are not fat. my kids, like we say at college, I'm not being funny, yeah, because we do the healthy eating about all that in 5 a day, which they want to make to 7 a day, which I think you don't need, 7 a day, 5 a day, you just about eat 5 a day, is, yes, I have taken my kids to McDonald's. Yes, I do let my kids eat burgers and chicken nuggets. But no, my kids are not fat because they exercise. Yeah, they run about. The ones that, where Jamie Oliver should be pointing out to is the ones that sit on their computer all day, eat nothing but junk, and they're all getting fat because they're not getting any exercise. Yeah, and they're becoming obese. Then it's not the child's fault, it's the parents' fault for making their child like that. Yeah, because my kids will sit on the computer, but we go out. Yeah. So, and I believe as long as you have exercise and are running about and everything else, it shouldn't really matter what you eat. It's balanced, yeah. And one of my kids don't eat no vegetables full stop. I cannot get him to eat a vegetable, but he'll eat brown bread, he'll eat fruit, he'll eat or eat pure orange juice, apple juice, stuff like that. So, well, he's eating something of the healthy factor.
It's funny you talk about the cost of things and me mentioning Jamie Oliver. I watched one of his 30-minute meal programs the other day, and it was fantastic. He's an amazing cook. He's an amazing guy. But the cost of what he was actually cooking within them 30 minutes, I reckon, must have been £30 worth of food.
And also as well, I find
which is not realistic.
When he does his, it's not realistic, and when he does his foods as well, he does his small portions. If I was to give my kid one, they'd be still hungry, kind of thing. I know it's like this moderate of what you should eat, but like I say to you, when it comes to the eating factor, we're all different. Our bodies take different things, or our bodies handle things in different ways. So, it's like I find that I'd have to exercise more to lose weight than say like my mum that could eat like a big fat cream cake and still be standing there. I look at the cake and I put the pounds on without eating it. She eats the cake and stays the same. So everyone is different of how their eating habits and lifestyles are. I believe. You can get Jamie Oliver, you can get Gordon Ramsay, you can get all at Heston, all telling you or trying to tell you how to eat. But is that?
Yeah, I just find there's a weird.
It's a thin line in the end, really. Of what you
I look at Jamie Oliver and I think £200 million he's worth, something like that, or whatever he's worth, and then he's sitting telling everybody to eat more healthier. He shows and does a programme of healthy food, but it's well out of people's budgets. And I know he's been criticised for that before. And just the other day, watching that programme where it was just opening tins of anchovies, opening.
Top of the range, expensive stuff as well.
I just thought, it's good. Who's this good for? Who's this good for?
For those that have money.
And I was watching this an hour before I was heading off to a food bank, and I just thought, really?
I could go into the food bank and speak to John and say to him, listen, I watched Jamie Oliver the other day. Have you got any food on that list so I can have? Because he says it's much healthy. I think they'll probably tell me to peel. Do you get what I'm saying? But, Jamie Oliver wants to put his message across. But he hasn't always won in all of his battles, with his putting his food across. And luckily for him, like you say, he's a chef, he owns restaurants. So he can afford to give his daughters the fresh food and let them live up in this lifestyle. But if you can't afford to live that lifestyle, then it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.